But then every time you move, it says, nope, freeze, 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 freeze. Why? It just starts the engine. Hey, unlike literally everything British, it actually runs. It actually runs. Hello, and welcome to an episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. In today's episode, I'm going to be working on this Bentley right here. And what I'm going to be doing on this Bentley is, well, yeah, all that. So this engine needs to well, everything really. Let's see, does it have any oil in the engine? No. So I'm going to put some oil in the engine, and then I'm curious if this thing will actually start, because this is, it's messed up. I mean, at least it has an oil pan. That's a good sign, at least. But first, let's see. Doesn't need anything. Just click on part mount. No, it doesn't need anything. Well, at least there's nothing that's been removed. So, add some oil. Okay, there's the oil. Now let's see if it starts. Alright, the door's on the other side. This is because it's British. Let's see here. Start the engine. Hey! Unlike literally everything British, it actually runs. It actually runs. I'm surprised that it runs. Okay, that's good. So, I'm gonna go move this thing over to the left. No, not that. Okay, lift. Hey. There. So right now, it looks pretty bad. The paint is a little bit messed up, but the paint could have been a lot worse. So just look at it on the back side. Now I'll start working on this engine. Air filter pipe. I remember in one episode, I said, you know, I wish, like, in Car Mechanic Simulator 2014, how, you know, like, there's air filter pipes, that sort of thing. And now, I get to work on this engine, and it's like, oh yeah, right, there's one, right there. Okay. This is a very weird engine design, and I will say I have never worked on this. Also, just take that radiator off. So, I'm curious, how much power did it make from factory? 220 horsepower from factory. Hey, but at least it made almost 400 pound-feet of torque. It made it really low, too. But the thing is it's a V8. What year is this car? Well, I have no clue. Whatever. Water pump pulley. Also, my game recently has been having a lot of issues with micro stuttering. It is so annoying because micro stuttering is so much worse than just if your game decides to run at a low FPS. If a game just runs at, let's say, 50 FPS, that's not as annoying as your game running at 60 FPS, which it is right now. But then every time you move, it says, nope, freeze, 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 freeze. Why? It just doesn't make sense. I don't even have that many cars in this garage. And anyway, I have a really good processor. I mean, it's not really good, but it's pretty decent. It's a i7-7700, which is the 7th generation processor, but it's not a K processor, which really does tick me off. Because if it was a K processor, then I could overclock it in an attempt to get a little bit more power out of it, but whatever. I overclocked my graphics card, and you know, the graphics card hasn't actually affected BeamNG Drive. I think what holds BeamNG Drive back is the CPU. Because the CPU in BeamNG Drive is very, very important for doing really anything in that game. Oh my. I have not seen that. Oh, okay, this is gonna be a second. Okay, there we go. Didn't take as long as I was expecting, but that was a lot of bolts. Okay. Where's the air filter? Like, all the way over here. Well, I do know that, unlike, let's just say Chrysler 300, the air filter, it goes, like, okay, so imagine, like, a little air filter being right here. It goes all the way down so it can get nice cold air from the ground. Which, yeah, good for getting more dense air. But then you go through a little puddle of water, and boom, boom, engine goes kaboom. Gotta get some push rods out. And same for the other side. Okay, there is everything out. Now I'm gonna take off the water pump. It's a very odd engine design. I've never worked with this engine before, as I've said before. Oh, everything on this is so rusted. Yeah, that's why you don't buy British. It's all rusted and it's gonna be just... anything British falls apart. Unless it's like a BMW M5, like the E60 BMW M5. Then those, yeah, they're German, but they do fall apart. The thing is that BMWs, it seems like they build a drivetrain, engine, suspension, nothing, and then fit a body to it. Whereas Mercedes is over here like, should make a somewhat reliable engine, and then shove a gigantic supercharger, or turbocharger in some cases, on it, and roast the rear tires. Mercedes is all low-down torque, and Beamers are all track toys, really. They're really good on the track. Quite a few bolts holding this engine together. I suspect the reason being is so that when you take this to the dealer, let's just say you need an engine rebuild, because it's a Bentley. At the time this Bentley would have been actually British, you would have probably had to get an engine rebuild, so then it would be more expensive to do the engine rebuild because it would take more time to do it, so you'd be paying a lot more money in labor. Alright, there's the... why does the crankshaft have to stick out that far? I mean, I know why, so they can, like, move a bunch of stuff in the engine, but it just doesn't make much sense to me. They could have made this engine nice and simple, but no, they didn't. Okay. Oh, also, it looks like the exhaust needs to be replaced just a little. Now, because I don't want this car to be like an extremely loud, annoying car. And come on, let me remove the... ooh, game is lagging. Anyway, now I'm just gonna remove the rear muffler and everything else. Okay, game, would you stop lagging? I'm going to molest you. Good game. Let's see, I don't believe I have that. No, I do not. However, do have a middle muffler. There we go. I'm gonna put on a normal one because this is a luxury car. I don't want it to be in your face loud. And then I'll buy the rest later. Okay, part unmount again. Oil pan, T-Series. And dang, I actually put oil in this thing. Now I gotta go drain it. I couldn't guarantee... what the... my... okay, so I have my iPad and my charger next to me because I need it to charge because I video chat with friends a lot. And, my iPad thought I said, "Hey, Siri." Shut up. There, good. Dang device is listening to me. Actually, so I have... okay. So I actually have Hangouts on my phone. So, just, you know, and then I decided to just look at my notifications. And I noticed that my phone said, because my phone notified me about it, it said, Hangouts detected using microphone, and I'm like, what? So then I click on it, and it, like, gave me information about Hangouts using my microphone at random times of the day for, like, it told me, it said it had done it twice. I'm pretty sure that's just Google listening in on me so it knows what I want to buy next. Which is precisely why you don't say, "Hey, I like dildos." And then what happens is you get a bunch of ads for dildos. Also, so the funny thing was, is, so my aunt was at the store, and, she sent me a photo, and she asked me, like, which one is some sort of food item, I forget what it was, to buy. And then, when she gets home, the thing that she took a photo of and sent to me, she got an ad for one of those, on Facebook. I swear. Everything just goes through text. So I have an idea. Why don't you send a complete video that looks like you're building a bomb and planning to bomb New York? Because 9/11. Okay, listen. What with 9/11? Saudi Arabians didn't go and shove a plane into the World Trade Center, into the Twin Towers. Guys, you want to know what actually happened? The U.S. government decided, oh shit, we need more control of the U.S. public. Okay, let's send a bunch of planes into some buildings. And they did that, and now they have more control of the U.S. population. The only reason why the Saudi Arabians were like, oh yeah, we did that, was so that the Saudi Arabians would say, look at how cool we are, we blew it up. No one's gonna believe me on that one, but that's the point. That's kind of just the point of the news, YouTube. People want you to believe whatever they say. You get to choose whether or not it's bullshit. And I see people saying that Saudi Arabians decided to blow up the World Trade Centers. It's bullshit. And I also believe that all news is bullshit, which is why I don't listen to the news. I couldn't give a crap who's president. You know, the funny thing is that, so like, a lot of adults complain about, oh, kids these days, or something like that. And then we're actually smarter. We're smarter than them. They don't realize that their vote means nothing. Or just that sort of thing. Just because they vote on something doesn't mean something's gonna happen. Okay, now I'm just gonna go buy all the parts I need, and I'll be right back. You know, that really didn't take very long, but I got all the, at least, specific T-Series parts. However, I don't know if, like, there's still some parts that are not specific to the T-Series that I need. And my voice is absolutely horrible today. I've been drinking a lot of water, attempting to get my voice better. Well, it's just said, nah, fuck you, you can't talk or breathe today. This car already looks 15 times better, even though there's literally, like, no engine in here. Still looks a lot better, though. Oh. Oil filter. Now, I'll put it back down again. And go into the engine. Now I can put all the pistons in here. Are these pistons specific to the T-Series, or what? Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Oh, wait, I need some piston rings. Okay, now I'm just gonna start a little time lapse here. Okay, engine head. Wow, it's just surprising how much better this engine looks. I mean, well, yes, the rest of the car is screwed up. What I've done so far, the engine looks amazing. Okay, new exhaust manifold. Kind of annoyed that I didn't have any shiny exhaust manifolds. But then again, that probably would have made the engine a little bit louder, so. Do you have any performance spark plugs that I can throw in here to make a little bit of extra power? About 0.26% more power. Yeah, that's a whole crap ton. On only cylinders 1 and 2 or something like that. Either 1 and 2 or 5 and 6. Don't know exactly what the order is. Really, over here. More bolts. Okay, exhaust manifold. That is on. Spark plugs. And the last spark plug. Now, what about this stuff over here? So I do have a power steering pump. Okay, that is one thing I do have. And I'm going to work on all the valve, all the push rods. So I'll be back in just a minute, because this is going to take forever. Well, I mean, not meant necessarily forever, but it's just kind of a tedious thing. So you got to go here and put in like 16 of them, because it's a 2-valve engine. Okay, well, maybe it wasn't that bad, I admit. But it wasn't that bad because, I mean, there's 16 of them, but you don't have to put any bolts in, so it doesn't actually take that long. And there is, this, bank done on the engine. Well, I mean, it's not done yet, but this, side piston enough. I mean, there's nothing else actually done on it, besides what's done. Okay, so right now, I need to put on a rear muffler. I need to do all the transmission stuff, the drive line, and distributor and ignition wires. Okay, I cannot talk. I don't know what's with my voice. It's so annoying. Anyway, I throw this on. Ignition distributor. Luckily I have one, and that gives 5% more horsepower. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, ignition distributor rotor, and the cap. So this thing should have a lot more horsepower now, because, I mean, not a lot more, maybe about 300 horsepower. Let me check here. Possibly, maybe about 300. But that's the most that we're gonna see. I'm suspecting maybe about 50 more horsepower. Because this is like 5% more horsepower, adding that ignition distributor. And just a few other small things that I'm gonna be adding onto the engine. So maybe about 50 more horsepower. That's my goal. My goal is 50. Okay. Camshaft, almost called that a crankshaft. That's definitely not a crankshaft. Okay, cam gear. Now, timing chain. We got one of those. Timing cover. No, I actually have one of those. I forgot if I actually bought one of those. See, okay, so with an engine design like this, I'm going to go into part 1 mode. This was actually a lot better because the camshaft was bathed in oil through the middle of the engine. However, you can't have variable valve timing, so you can't, you know, have variable engine, I guess you could say. So that's why this sort of engine system died off. But anyway, this would actually be very good and reliable if the engine was built properly, because the camshaft that was bathed in oil down here in the middle. Anyway, water pump. Don't have one of those. Water pump T series. There it is. Okay. Anyway, water pump. This engine is just gonna look so much better. I'm gonna show like a before and after photo too. Oh, and here's this. I remember last episode I said how it was kind of satisfying to partially put in the bolts and then go and click them all in. Okay, this is completely not even, but we can try to listen to this. Hey, it was somewhat satisfying to hear that. At least for me. Okay, dual carburetors. Or if you're British, you say carburetor. I mean, it's not carburetor, but because there's a certain, like, t sound that you get with an actual British person talking. Alternator bracket. I think that these, like, little brackets are kind of cool because it shows that where the alternators hide, well, where the alternator is going to be is just going to be a complete afterthought. So it's like, oh no, we need to shove an alternator somewhere. Oh, I know. Just stick a little thing on the engine. Oh, water pump pulley. Huh. Don't have one of those. Okay, there we go. And the 17 bolt. I have a few of those, actually. Anything else on the engine? Come on, there's gotta be a lot more than that. Oh yeah, there is. I need to put on this idler roller. I mean, not a lot more, but there's definitely gonna be some more. Okay, idler roller A. Serpentine belt B. And the fan. Mechanical fan system, this. Which means the higher you rev the engine, the faster the fan goes. Okay, put on that little tiny air filter, just a little tiny round air filter down there in the bumper. Air filter cover. And the air filter pipe. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a huge difference. So much. Okay, lift the thing up. Okay, now it's up. Do the transmission here. I think for like the transmission and really kind of the rest of the car, I'm just gonna do a time lapse. And I know that when I actually when I used to not do YouTube, I watched some car mechanic simulator videos because that's what I used to do. Just watch car gaming videos on YouTube, and I kind of liked it when it was a time lapse because you saw everything happening, but it was just kind of faster, and nothing was really slow like it is when you just don't do a time lapse, I guess. Anyway, so time lapse can start right now. Okay, and the oil pan. Now after I get this oil pan on, I think that's actually it. At first I thought, this shouldn't be too long, and now I'm like, you know, that was actually pretty much, I think a little bit too long at least. One more thing. We'll go back here, remove the old fuel pump, and put in a new one. Now let's go to the dyno and see what sort of power it's putting down. Hopefully about 300, but I think it might just make maybe 270. Who knows? I didn't do much to the engine. Just completely make it work. Oh, damn. Okay, what did I not put on here? There's something I didn't put on here. Wait. I mean, I didn't add any oil to it. That's one thing. Okay, now will it let me move it? Because I put oil in it? No. Okay, what did I do wrong here? Oh wait, I think I know. Yep. Okay, now let's get into the dyno. And run the dyno. Amount 270 horsepower, that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. $240 actually. It's not horrible. But that's a good increase in torque too. That's pretty good at least. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna go do a little quick, small drive here and see actually how it drives, because it still has all that old suspension on it. Okay, let's see how it drives here. It's not very loud, but that's the point of it. That's how wallowy it is. Oh yeah, it's wallowy. Go to the corner, wafting about in my Rolls Royce. I mean Bentley. I mean, this looks just like a Rolls Royce at the time, honestly. I mean, Bentley and Rolls Royce, they used to, they used to have like a small part in each other, but now they're not owned by each other. Oh yeah, man, that's, just look at all that grip. All the body control in the world. Anyway, hopefully you liked this episode, and, oh jeez, okay, goodbye. Jeez, those brakes are horrible. Anyway, goodbye.